Hey, blast off, I can talk my ass off. Hey, smoke you what you seen and I'll tell you what I saw. Hollywood, what you think and I'll tell you what I thought. And we can talk about it all when we heard.
What's going on? What it do, everybody? We is back.
We made it.
We made it. Smoke Dog back up in ya.
Back up in ya.
doing a voice for him, y'all.
Smoke Diggity Dog back up in you with the quiet storm. It is 2:59 in the morning and I'm over here on the west side of Atlanta cruising down I-20 headed for your wife's place.
Dude, could you imagine that being on your radio at 2 o'clock in the morning? You'd be like, what the hell?
I better call and check on her.
For real. Thank you guys for tuning in. Before we get started, please hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button. Guys, we have an episode today.
We do, and for God's sakes, leave us a comment.
Leave us a comment. I'm sorry, I forgot to.
And tell us what podcast we should cover next.
You know what? Listen, our reactions are going bonkers right now.
Yeah, we're doing well.
We're doing very good. So we want to thank you guys first and foremost. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers, so
we gonna get there.
We gonna get there. But guys, y'all give us so many suggestions on reactions of rappers react. But we need some.
Yeah, give us some podcast suggestions. I mean, I know a lot of you guys out there are into the esoterics. You know, y'all been watching the podcast, so definitely give us some ideas for new topics to cover. I mean, we've been doing this for 62 episodes. Well, this will be 62.
62. But hold on, before we get started, Smoke Dog, what number is this?
It is 62.
62. Smoke Diggity Dog.
Yeah, back up in you.
Look.
Yes.
With this coronavirus going on, with social distancing going on,
should we get into some old-fashioned
trash
talk?
Booyah! Thank you for doing that.
Yes.
So, see, this is why this is my foe. If I fall up, he like, hold on, bro. I gotta pick you up. You know, you fell off. I got you.
We gotta hit those bullet points.
Yes, sir. But I'm about to catch you on something.
All right.
WTF?
What, the Florida?
Exactly.
Oh,
how about explain this?
Yeah.
How about that?
Good question. Go ahead and talk to the people.
Yeah. So, guys, let's talk about some things first and foremost. I hope everyone is being safe. Like from the bottom of my hearts, our hearts. I hope that everybody's being safe because with the coronavirus going on, it's something that we have never experienced in our lifetime, or we probably won't experience anything like this ever again.
We hope not.
Yeah. Now, this is something I want to say, guys. This is obviously a real thing. There are people that are getting this. There are people that are contracting it. There are people that are dying of this virus. If you are told, not even if you're told, if you don't have an absolute definite thing to do for the day, if you don't have someplace that you absolutely must be, stay home.
Yes, and you're going to have to do that. I mean, we're at the point where it just has to be done. I mean, there's no way around it at this point. Because the more this virus keeps spreading, the more we're going to get shut down, and the longer it's going to be before we can come back out of hiding. And I don't know, man. At first, you don't want to believe that it's as bad as it is, but the cases have doubled and tripled and quadrupled. There's so many right now. Like, the numbers just go up daily. I think we got lucky. In America, we actually had one day where we actually didn't increase the numbers, where we had the same number pretty much 2 days in a row, which is an improvement. But, you know, we really need to start distancing. I mean, that's all you can do right now.
Right.
I mean, you know, here's the thing, man. They're not, as the government or, you know, the bodies that are in control, they're not actually trying to stop the virus. I mean, if it did stop, it just faded out, that would be great. Mm-hmm. But at this point, they're not trying to actually look for just stopping the virus. They want to get the economy moving again. They want to get everybody back to work. They know that a certain number of people are going to get it, but the point is overloading the healthcare system. What they're doing, you know, they want to slow that down. They want to slow down the overloading of the healthcare system. They know there's going to be a certain number of people get it, and they know there's going to be a certain number of people die from it. And I mean, it sounds bad, but that's not the main thing on their mind right now. The main thing is getting the economy moving again.
Right.
Because that's what we are. We are an economy. This is a capitalist society, and we have to get people back to work to be a functioning capitalist society.
And he's so right when he says that, because to put some of my personal life out there, I just got a new purchase. I'm not going to say what it was, but I just purchased something that's a big purchase. And this wouldn't be, I got a great deal. I got a wonderful deal. And it makes you kind of think, would I have gotten such a great deal if the economy wasn't as bad as it is right now? And I know that's a terrible thing to say, but in a sense, maybe it's not good for the overall grand scheme of things to where the entire American society is doing good as a whole, but this could give certain individuals the opportunity to do better for themselves. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's kind of like when the Great Recession of 2008 and 9 happened, and the housing market plummeted. That was a great time to start investing at that time, because you could get houses for cheap, and then people made a pretty good profit off of them when the market came back up, of course. But same thing now. If you're looking to make a big investment, now it's a win-win situation, because you're going to get it for cheaper, and it's going to help that economy move along slowly, But yeah, that's the main thing. I mean, that's why they're introducing this stimulus bill, to try to get the economy moving again, even with people trapped in their homes, in a sense.
Well, this is what I want to know. Does buying online, does that help the economy? When you buy things online?
Yes.
That helps the economy?
Yes.
All right.
I mean, not technically if you're buying from a different country.
Right.
If you're buying off Wish and things like that, that's going into China's economy.
What is DAO?
DAO is a group of, and I'm not a stock market expert, but that's a giant group of corporations that are involved in the stock market.
Do they own a certain company or something?
No, that's just a group of big, I want to say Fortune 500 companies. That's just the main group of the stock market, and that's what the main focus of the stock market is, to get those guys moving, because that's the biggest part of the economy.
Okay. Well, the reason we're talking about this, guys, is, we were going to talk about martial law, but we're going to try to tie all this in. First of all, you said the stimulus bill.
Yes.
Is that the $1,000 checks?
Yeah, $1,200. What they're going to do is give each individual adult $1,200. And if you're a couple, if you're a married couple, you file taxes together. I think it's $2,000, whatever it is.
Wow.
As long as you make under $75,000 a year.
Okay.
And these are just details that really don't matter that much. But if you make from $75,000 to $99,000, then you get a little bit less. But if you make over $99,000, it doesn't matter. And there's a reason for that. They're not going to give people that make over $100,000 a year any checks. Now,
wait, okay, so
you want to know the reason for that?
I would like, because I was about to say that you would. You know what? Maybe I can guess the reason.
Okay.
Because giving those people that are in that percentage, they have enough money to, I guess.
Yeah.
Hold on, they have enough money to influence the stock market anyway.
Yeah.
Is that?
And if you give people who have a great deal of money, extra money, like $1,000, it's just going to go in the bank, and it's not going to stimulate the economy. If you give it to poor people, people that are living check to check, they're going to spend that money. They're going to spend that money, and that gives an immediate boost to the economy. Because poor people spend the money right away.
This is what I want to know. If $1,200, that ain't no money.
It's not. No, but all they're looking for is a little boost to keep the economy rolling. They know it's not going to bring it back up to normal. But it will help out some people who are struggling check to check, people who are shut down, they can't go to work right now.
Right.
It will help you pay some bills for another month.
That's what I'm saying. So it's almost like, hey, this pandemic has been going. So because this pandemic has been going on, you've been how long would you say we've been in quarantine mode?
A good 2 weeks.
Okay, so 2 weeks. When do you suspect these checks come out?
I haven't looked at the exact date they're going to send them out. I know they just passed the bill like less than a week ago.
You think we'll get them this month? And this being recorded on March.
I think it'll be in April.
Late, early, mid.
I would hope early.
Early.
I mean, they want to get it done as quick as possible because they need that economy to keep rolling. I mean, as soon as they announced it, the stock market jumped up 200 points in one day.
So here, I mean, how do they know? I guess you have to file taxes in order to get this money.
Yeah.
So if you didn't file taxes, you're not getting it.
Probably not.
Now, how do they send the money? Is it coming to your...
I think it's going to be a check by mail. That's what it was back in the stimulus of 2009.
Well, if all the banks are closed and all the check cashing places
The
are
banks
closed...
aren't closed. Those are essential businesses.
You're right. I went to the bank the other day and actually applied for a loan.
Yeah.
I don't know why I just said that lie. Man, it's wild because we don't know how long this virus is going to be around. We don't know. So... this virus could be around for we could be on quarantine for another 3, 4, 5 months.
It's possible, but I seriously doubt it.
But let's say another 3 months, right?
I would say closer to a month.
You think, man?
I think by the beginning of May, things should start to filter back through. It may take until June before everything's up to 100% operation.
Well, what I was gonna say is, if they're sending $1,200 out after 2 weeks of quarantining, what if we're in quarantine for another 4 weeks? Does that mean, hey, we need to send another $1,200 out? We need to send another.
It's possible. And they could do that. They did that during the stimulus of 2009. They ended up sending a second round of checks out.
I didn't see them checks. Did you?
Yes, I did. In 2009.
How much was it? If you don't mind me asking.
The first one was around 700 or 800, and then the second one was, I think, a little more or a little less. It's been a long time. I don't remember right offhand.
So if this was 2009, I was...
You were recording music with me, and then we were over in Dove Point recording.
Right.
So
I was 20 years old. 20. Was I was...
If you weren't filing taxes, you didn't get it.
I'm pretty sure.
I had my own house in 2009, so I know.
You got it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely going to be getting it this year. So, are you would you say to the people, what are you going to do with that $1,200? What are you going to do with it?
For me personally, it's probably not what they want to hear, but I'll probably just throw it in my savings account because I have an essential job. So I still have my checks rolling in.
Yes,
and
sir.
Not to garner any hatred from people listening who have their jobs closed right now, you know, and I really feel for you guys, but that's just me. I mean, my job is an essential job, and I'm still going to be getting my checks, so I'm going to throw it in my savings account. But that's not what they want to happen. They want you to spend it. But, you know, in a sense, it will, because that way I could, if I have something I really need, I'm able to buy it rather than hold on to the money.
Yeah,
you know?
But at the same time, when they say, hey, we want the stock market to go up, you're not finna go out there and, let me go purchase a new thing of land.
Yeah.
You know,
well, you definitely ain't going to buy it with $1,200.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you really think $1,200 is going to increase? Well,
no, it's just a
generosity gift, basically.
Yeah, basically to help people out. And there's also, in the stimulus bill, there's a big portion of it going to, like, airlines that have been hurt and hospitals and things like that also. Like, the whole bill is not just $1,200 to individuals of lower income.
Right. Bro, you know it's crazy.
Yeah.
My aunt works at Grady.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know? Bro, they have to have her suited up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you see on my Facebook, but I built my aunt a fire pit. Mm-hmm. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
What'd you think? Come on now.
It was a little good.
I did a little good? That was...
I said it looked good.
Oh, okay. Thank you. But, yeah, that was the one that works at Grady.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, look, this thing's serious. Like, she's walking around with her mask. Even every day, even at home, she's got her mask on.
Yeah.
And she's like, you know, she works in the trauma department.
Yeah.
She's like, you know, there's tens and 20s and 30s and 40s and 50 cases of coronavirus at Grady Hospital.
Oh, yeah.
She said it's so bad at Grady that the ER or the emergency part where they're keeping the coronavirus, they're now bringing patients to her department in the trauma department where it's almost slap full again. And this is just Metro Atlanta.
Oh, yeah. That's why a lot of the stimulus is going to hospitals like that. And, you know, it's going to help for a while, but our main thing is we're going to have to get it moving. You know, we can't stay on lockdown. And that's going to tie this in because, you know, a lot of people love to throw out conspiracy theories at this time saying, well, this is martial law starting. This is where it all starts. This is how it happens.
It kind of does.
It may look like that. But if you take into account that, hold on, what is your opinion? What is your
I'm about to tell you exactly.
concept of martial law?
Martial law is where you basically have to protect yourself from the government from hurting yourself. Or basically protecting, using your rights, using your amendments to take care of yourself no matter what you have to do. Excuse me. I told Smokey this, but I'm going to tell y'all this. It could be the beginning of martial law because I saw 3 cops pull out, stop traffic with cars everywhere and pull 3 random cars over. Those cars did nothing wrong.
But you have no idea what they were doing it for.
You're right. However, there's no way for me to explain it. You should have seen it. I mean, literally 3 cops sitting there. And not only that, there were other cops down the road just pulling random. It literally looked like they were just pulling random cars over.
Yeah.
So if they're pulling random cars over, who's to say that these cops aren't going to come knocking at random doors? Who's to say these cops aren't going to say, hey, we have a bill from Governor Kemp to just come inside and check your house? How many people do you have living in your house? How many rolls
Now, if it really got bad enough, that is possible. But to say this is the whole thing about martial law, the whole New World Order, you know, the whole
you wanted
conspiracy.
To go that route.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people are saying that, you know, they're gonna end up, you know, taking everybody to FEMA camps and they're gonna kill 6 billion people across the earth and there will be this New World Order. You know these conspiracy theories, right?
Oh yeah.
I don't see happening because there's reasons. Let's look at what China did. China is the biggest economy in the world.
Okay, I'm about to catch you on something. Go ahead.
China's the biggest economy in the world. Their main thing was getting their economy rolling again. So they locked everybody down, and they were actually, you know, running roadblocks and checking people's temperatures, and then they would let them pass if they didn't. But they contained the virus and sent everybody back to work in the end.
A lot of people saying that is propaganda. Like that, they're not really doing that. They're just portraying that in the media.
I'm sure a lot of people are saying that, but how do we know?
We don't, but you don't know.
All you can do is go off the information that you're given. You can't just sit here and speculate and say, they're completely lying and I know. No, you don't know because you're not in China.
No, you're right. But at the same time, you're playing both sides of the coin because you're saying we don't know because we can only go off the information that's given to us. You're saying, well, they're saying the NWO, they're doing this to start FEMA camps. You don't know that. And you haven't been given any information.
But I can give you the reason why I think that that's not happening.
Could you give me a reason why you think that's not happening in China?
Because they are the biggest economy in the world. Now, when you run a plantation, right? Let's take this as a plantation. You have all these workers, and all your citizens are workers. They keep your economy rolling. They keep your big industries rolling. If you shut those down, you lose power throughout the world. If you go out there and start slaughtering your people, your own people, and taking them out, who's going to run those factories? Who's going to keep that power that you have? Who's going to keep that money rolling? That the entire world owes you money, right?
Right.
You don't go out and slaughter your workers. If you ran this giant company, you don't sit there and go, you know, I want to take control of my people. They're getting a little out of hand. Let me lay them all off. No, because your business stops running then.
That's a good
The
point.
countries are a business. America is a giant business. It's a capitalist society. If we start taking out people, Who's gonna run the thing?
Okay, you got a point.
We need workers.
I'll give you that. You got a point. But now back to the New World Order thing.
Yes.
Do you think you have any inkling of a thought that might have some truth into it in the FEMA camp thing?
I used to, listen to the arguments. I ain't gonna say that I bought in, but it was an interesting concept to hear, Alex Jones and guys like that back in the day who would just pump out this rhetoric, like, oh, they're gonna kill all of us.
It's entertaining though.
It is.
They're poisoning babies.
They're turning the frogs gay. But the more you look at it rationally, these people, it's a giant plantation, man. You need your workers producing.
You're right.
You don't go and kill all your workers and then expect to still have the power and the money rolling to you because you have no workers.
You have no workers to do that. You're right.
Now, this could lead to more control over the people, but it's not going to lead to everybody being rounded up, the black helicopters and the Walmart FEMA camps.
It could put. All right, I'm just speaking hypothetically.
Yeah.
It could turn into that. To where, like you said, we have to have our citizens because America is a business and we need people to run this business. So it could get to the point where they're like, hey, the coronavirus is so bad. It's so bad. It's killing everybody.
But it's not.
But they're telling you, like you just said, you can only go off the information that they're giving.
But they're not. I mean, the World Health Organization has given us a number, and the numbers don't say that everybody's dying.
But that's why I just said I'm speaking hypothetically here.
Okay.
Let's say, okay, you know what? We were wrong. The coronavirus is coming out, and it's killing everybody. Everybody's dying. Now, this is the information that you're given. So now you're getting people coming at your door. Hey, there's a chance. Let me check your temperature. Maybe they will develop some test kit to where it's
you can just go door to door and test
exactly
people and make it up like
you
got it. Come with us.
Exactly.
Okay, but if you do that, who's going to run the factories?
That's the thing. Once they do that, hey, if you don't want to die, this is where you work. This is the food we'll give you. This is the medication we'll give you. Your family will be safe. Go to work.
Well, here's the thing. It was said back during the slavery days that the best way to run a plantation is to make the people think they're free, right?
Never heard that, but sure.
Well, look it up. That is a quote. I can't tell you right offhand who exactly said it, but there were certain plantation owners who took the idea that if you make the people think you're free, they will be more productive. You can go to the plantation where the master is whipping the slaves and he's like, you go and produce, and he's yelling at them and degrading them. You go and produce, and then they lock them up in the cabinet overnight and put chains on the doors, and then they drag them out the next morning and just torture them to death until they finally kick over dead after working as much as they can. You take the workers and tell them they're free. Now look, you're free. You can leave at any time you want. You can go do what you want to, but why would you? Because it's safer here. It's much safer. You guys will be free. You can make your own money. You're going to get wages. You can make your own money. Those slaves are going to be more enticed to do more work.
You could argue that's what we're going through, though. Because...
Yeah, that's exactly... I mean, that has nothing to do with coronavirus. That's what we've been going through for years.
Yes, because we live in the home of the free. And the land of the brave.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. I mean, that's exactly how it is. Now, it may not... it's to someone who sees it that way, yes, it's not the most favorable thing to do. But even if you're looking at it that way, you still can't say that they're just going to come and round everybody up and force them into slavery, force them to work, force them to do whatever, turn it into a communist society.
They could if they wanted to. Going off of what you said,
it's definitely possible, but I don't think they will.
No.
Because even in communist China, they tell the citizens that they're free. They have their social credit score.
Are they free?
Not with that social credit score. No, they're not completely free because it is a communist society after all.
But don't we have the same thing here in America? Like, what makes China so much more different than America?
It's not extremely different because we are actually starting to get things like social credit scores.
Exactly.
And we're starting to have the Big Brother surveillance everywhere.
It's been here.
Facial recognition software.
Been here.
Yeah.
Anytime you open your phone and use a filter, Instagram, Facebook, guess what?
It's all being recorded.
All being recorded.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we're definitely headed down that route.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
so
But I'm the point I'm arguing is that they're not going to just start rounding us all up and taking us to FEMA camps.
you don't know that.
You don't.
I don't know
Yes,
that. You're right.
You don't know that, but I'm telling you the reasons why it doesn't make sense.
You're right, but we're going in a circle here, Smokey, because you last podcast you said, see, that doesn't make it fun because you can't say I absolutely know this is going to happen. You said
No, I'm giving you the reasons why it doesn't make sense.
But let's say, hey, they put out information, it's killing everybody. You're going to get it. You're positive. Then, if that's the information they're portraying, you have to go work in this place, and we're going to give you a good job. You're going to make 6 figures a year.
It is possible. I mean, anything's possible with the government, we went over to anything's possible, but anything's possible within the realms of power.
You just don't think it's possible.
I don't think it's likely.
Likely. Okay, so it's unlikely that would happen.
Yes. That's why it's unlikely.
What if that did happen, though?
That would suck.
What would you do?
But then you run the risk of rebellion.
Oh, you would have a small group of people that would be rebellious toward the man. But then
I think if you started locking people down, seriously locking them down and forcing them to work jobs they didn't want to work,
right,
the population would grow. The rebellious population would grow and grow.
And then if you think, see, man, this could go deep, dude. Because then what if that does happen and people are like, well, hey, we don't need the job that you're offering us. We'll just we'll grow our own crops. We'll make our own machines. We're smart enough. Then you have
Civil War.
Exactly. It's the people against the government.
Yes, so. And that happened in the 1800s.
Sure did, man. With I want to point out, man, I went to Walmart yesterday. Do you know that Walmart on Salem Road closed at 8 o'clock? Walmart closed at 8 o'clock.
It did.
That doesn't sound weird to you?
Yeah, it does. That's part of our semi-lockdown that we're in.
8 o'clock.
Some places have it worse than us, man. Some places are, completely confined, and you're only allowed to leave during a certain time of the day. You're only allowed to go to certain places. Like right now, we still have the freedom. We have a curfew right now.
You go ahead. Finish
But
this
we
sentence.
still have the freedom to go to whichever places we choose, and still a lot of the businesses are open.
Right. I'm going to show you how much this coronavirus is affecting me and him right now. I just checked the time. It's 8 o'clock.
Yes, and we've got to wrap it up.
I want to go get dinner. I know we have a 9:30 curfew.
Yes.
So we need to wrap this up because I need to go get some food.
And that's why we're going to apologize for the short podcast today, but we have to wrap it up because of curfew.
Exactly. We got stuff to do. So let's do OMG WTF and explain this. Go ahead. What you got? What the Florida?
I'll go first because I got the
WTF. What the Florida?
What the Florida? Now, we've had the debate over this Click Orlando. Do you remember the site?
Yes, I do.
Okay, we had the debate over if it was a real credited news source or not, but that's where this one comes from, and we'll take it at face value for right now. Florida man coughs on deputy, says he has coronavirus.
I heard about that.
Stuart, Florida. A Florida man is facing charges that he threatened and assaulted an officer after he coughed on a deputy and said he had the coronavirus, according to authorities. Martin County Sheriff's Office said Christian Perez, age 23, was initially stopped for reckless driving when he claimed he had the disease caused by...
The disease or the virus?
He claimed to have the disease caused by the new
the
coronavirus.
Virus is not a disease.
No, well, it causes a disease. Yes.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Yes.
No, it doesn't.
What are you talking about, man?
Well, educate me, because the flu is a virus that doesn't cause a disease.
The disease is the sickness that comes from the virus. Disease, yes. Dis-ease. Anything that is unease.
Okay.
What do you mean?
No, you got me. I'm sorry. He said, what are you talking about, man? Sorry.
All right. Sheriff William Snyder said such behavior would not be tolerated. We have a zero tolerance for this despicable behavior, and anyone who threatens the health and lives of my deputies will face maximum charges. Let's see if it says what they actually charged him with. Da, da, da. Perez was arrested and is also facing charges of driving under the influence and without a license.
So all right, here this could be looked at in two different ways. First way, and we're trying to wrap this up.
Yeah.
First way, if this guy really did have the coronavirus, if they wanted to, they could charge him with attempted murder. Like someone with HIV knowing that you have it, having sex with someone that is attempted murder.
Yeah, I mean it wouldn't be first degree or anything, but yeah.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, I get you.
But he didn't have the disease, did he?
I don't think so, not according to the report.
Yeah. Guys, that's not funny, man.
It's not. During these times, that is not funny at all. The guy gets arrested for going dead through the aisles and making a video of himself licking the deodorant.
Have you seen the coronavirus challenge?
Oh, God, no.
Have you seen the coronavirus challenge?
What happened?
You have to have a group of 10 to 20 people. You take a lollipop, lick it, pass it. Lick it, pass it. Lick it, pass it. Go get tested a week later. Whoever gets the coronavirus loses. What is the world coming to? Oh,
social media is going to kill us all, man.
Oh, my
what
God.
Are you doing?
Dude. That's
God.
WTF, bro.
What happened to the good old days of just setting yourself on fire in the shower?
Imagine that being in, hey, I won. I got the virus. I won.
I'm out. One, guys.
Let's not laugh at that.
Jesus, it's stupid.
You're right. All right, guys, here's my OMG. Oh, my Georgia. Georgia homeowner uses motion-activated sprinkler with impressive amount of pressure to thwart off thieves.
Nice.
The homeowner of Georgia is just trying to flush out crime. The Porterdale resident recently decided to...
Imagine that.
If y'all don't know nothing about Porterdale, Georgia.
Porterdale is...
Oh, Lord. That's where
there's some craziness goes on in Porterdale.
The freaks come out at night.
Yes.
The Porterdale resident recently decided to deter potential thieves in her neighborhood by setting up a motion-activated sprinkler. Our floodlight didn't seem to scare them off, so we decided to have a little fun with the motion-activated sprinkler that has an impressive amount of pressure. Yeah, she wrote that on Facebook. That's all that they have here for her. But
that's funny.
Lady, I understand 1,000% where you were coming from. If you live in, I used to call Porterdale the city that never sleeps in my raps. Because you understand why?
Oh, yeah.
All right. The city,
I know exactly why.
The city that never sleeps. You know how they call New York the city that never sleeps?
Yeah.
Porterdale.
Porterdale don't sleep.
Porterdale you can go through Porterdale at 3 o'clock in the morning.
And somebody's out working on the car, cutting the grass.
Barbecue.
3 in the morning. 3 in the morning. Somebody's out there planting daisies.
Painting the house. Weed whacking. Like, oh, Porterdale, Georgia.
Jesus.
Man. All right. You got something for me to explain?
Yeah. It's a mug shot.
All right. Where's that show up at on screen?
It'll be right. Bing.
All right. Let's see what we got here.
Famous. Super famous.
Oh,
one.
man. Dude, did you really?
I did.
Did you really?
We just talked about civil rights. Kind of. I mean, we talked about plantations and slaves.
Plantations.
Plantations.
Gotta be.
You know, those things that kind of look like bananas.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. This is Martin Luther King.
Go ahead. What is this about?
Fuck is wrong?
Plantation station. I don't know, man.
Plantain station. You crazy.
You gotta laugh during these times of tumult, man.
Oh, I'm sure people are watching this like, dude, these guys are in quarantine. They're sitting here next to each other recording a freaking podcast.
Like, how did they get in quarantine?
I'm pretty sure. Listen, if he's got it, I got it. If I got it, he's got it.
Yeah,
I promise
exactly.
You. All right, this is Martin Luther King.
Yes.
I'm not. I want to say he probably got arrested for some sort of civil activism.
Yep.
Give me the rundown.
All right. Some of the folks on this list have a long rap sheet, but almost no one can touch Martin Luther King Jr.'s 29 arrests. Of course, the civil rights
29.
leaders was a target for the police, like the time he was taken to jail and is supposed to say in Alabama for driving 30 miles per hour in a 25 zone.
Give me a freaking break.
If King's arrest attests to anything, it's that oftentimes people who are arrested are not necessarily criminals, but are challenging societal norms. While in jail in Birmingham, Alabama, King outlined his future efforts in a now famous letter he wrote called "Injustice Anywhere is a Threat to Justice Everywhere."
Wasn't he killed in Alabama? I think he was.
Was it Alabama or Atlanta?
His church is in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I think he was killed in Alabama.
Yeah, I think it was Birmingham, right?
Birmingham? Dang, you were arrested and then assassinated.
Yeah.
Man, it's like we can't keep you in jail. You're not gonna abide by the law. God, dude, rest in peace.
For doing 30 in a 25.
25. If that's not injustice,
it's completely injustice. And that trip to jail helped him mold the future of America.
I have a dream. Guys, thank y'all so much for checking out the 62nd episode of the Trash Talkers podcast. My name is Behringer Hollywood Six Spines.
I am Larry Smokey Ramirez Cowan. Stay indoors, don't come out, and let's get over this, guys.
Plantain Station.
Plantain Stations.
We are over and out.
Deuces.